Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are on a Tuesday night, and that means it's time to go into Battle World. Coriander's with me, and Eric, of course. And guys, first of all, what's going on? How you doing?
Good.
Good.
All right.
How you doing?
All right. I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to go. This is going to be a very, very special edition. It's a very special day for all of us as horror fans. It's the birthday of the horror master himself, John Carpenter. So I'm really, really excited to do this.
Yeah.
I'm ready to rock. Real quick, for you guys in the chat, a blanket hello. Hope you all are doing well. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We got Paula in the chat. What's up, Paula? Good to see you.
Hello.
Oh,
Yeah, we got Ginger Ninja.
Ginger.
there he
House.
is.
What's up, man? Good to see you, man. Saying, oh wow, this is gonna be a tough one, right?
Yeah.
Darth is in the chat. What's going on? What's going on?
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. I guarantee you this will be a challenging match. I guarantee you. What's up? Wayne's in the house. Ben's in the house. Good to
Hey.
see you. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's see who else we have. We have Jerry. Jerry's in the chat. All right. Hey, how's it going, Jerry? I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Chuck, what's up? We got Julie
Hello.
in the chat.
Hey.
What's up, Julie? Good to see you. And Brian is in the chat. Good to see you too, Brian.
Ah.
All right. And I think I've caught up to everyone, but everyone else coming in, definitely a blanket hello. And Julie saying, oh gosh, I've never seen the Body Snatchers remake, only the original, and I've only seen the Thing
Ah.
remake, but not the original. Okay, that almost confused me reading that, Julie. That was good. That was good. And Ginger Ninja doing some hard work in the chat. Thank you so much, man. And don't forget to hit the like button and share this out on your socials. That would be absolutely fantastic if you're able to do that. Thank you so much. All right. Ben saying my copy of Incident in the Ghostland was just delivered to me before the broadcast started, but I'll hold off and watch it tomorrow. I'm not going anywhere tonight. Well, thank you so much, Ben. We appreciate that. And by the way, Ghostland, that's such a deep cut, bro. Like we've been waiting and wanting to talk about that for a while because no one talks about the movie. That's a fantastic movie.
I've never heard of it.
It's a good one. Coriander, do you remember that one? I don't want to give things away, but it was about those two young girls. There was a situation. I don't want to really give away too much of it.
Yeah.
You'd remember it if you saw it.
Most likely, yes.
Yeah, it's been a while though. It's been a while, but that's a good one, Ben. Awesome stuff. Very, very cool, guys. So look, tonight is going to be very interesting. So let's officially meet who we have coming into Battle World tonight. Eric, could you please tell us who is in corner number 1?
Okay, well, when you're the local health inspector, you have a very important job. You got to make sure restaurants are safe to eat in, factories are safe to work in, and homes are safe to live in. You're trained to make sure that parasites are not present in these locations. But what happens if these parasites are otherworldly? And also what happens if they're not just there to create a breeding ground, but also assimilate the population as well? Make sure to pay extra attention to that man in the park playing music. that over needy guest at the day spa, or even that priest on the swing set, because no one is safe. This is 1978's Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
All right. Shout out to Robert Duvall on the swing set.
Yeah, that was an interesting surprise.
Yeah, I mean, it was like 3 seconds on screen. It's crazy. Oh man, good one. Okay, Coriander, who do we have in our other corner?
Okay. So when you're working with your buddies in the middle of nowhere, I mean Antarctica, and you might want to beware of visitors from outer space. And if things get confusing on who is who, then make sure you trust nobody, especially cute dogs that traveled over an hour to get to you and was being shot by another research team. On the horror master John Carpenter's birthday, here is Kurt Russell and The Thing.
All right. Very, very cool. And Kills not with us tonight, but I'm gonna do the commentary. First of all, I'm just gonna say this, and actually this was Kill's choice. We had talked about it, and we kind of changed things around, no pun intended. Um, but this is a great matchup because these are two examples, like I have in the title of the stream. These are two examples of remakes, and these are great remakes. And sometimes when people think of remakes, they don't, they don't have a lot of respect or love for remakes. But I think these are two great examples of what remakes can be if they're done the right way. Um,
Mhm.
they bring something new to the table because, interestingly enough, these are both remakes of movies that were very, pretty popular back in whatever it was, the 50s or late 50s, whatever it was.
Yep.
So it's not like these remakes were of movies that no one had heard of before. But again, both of these movies did some really great things that pushed the envelope for the respective films, and it's just great examples, man. So, real quick, guys, I think I hear something coming, man, and who knows? It may not be walking to the arena; it might be flying out of a spaceship. Do you guys hear it?
I hear some screeching in the background. That's
I
for sure.
I hear some screeching too. That was good, man. All right, for you guys, for you guys in the chat, for you guys watching the replays, sit back, relax as we head into Battle World.
People are being duplicated. And once it's happened to you, you're part of this thing. It almost happened to me.
We're gonna draw a little bit of everybody's blood. We're gonna find out who's the thing.
What the hell is it?
You gotta be fucking kidding.
Yeah.
There it
Very
is.
nice.
There, thank you. There it is, man. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. So we're gonna get ready to get this thing going real quick. We got Denisha who jumped into the chat. What's up, Denisha?
Welcome.
Good to have you
Hey.
here. Very, very cool. And Julie says the thing soundtrack was dun 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 dun. That's right, man. You gotta love it. And hey, we got Scott in the chat. Good to see you as well. This is going to be really, really interesting. And as always, what we're going to do is we're going to give points category by category for the film that we think wins the point. So as always, this is going to be pretty darn interesting. Now, what you guys can do in the chat, definitely let us know what you think, because we are very curious about your thoughts. We won't be able to get to everyone's. We'll try our absolute best, but we do see you guys in the chat. But if you would like to help a movie win by super chatting, we'll take that dollar amount and add it as points. So if you put in $1 super chat, it'll be a point to the film of your choice if you choose to do so, or if you just wanted to help support the channel, that's perfectly fine. Okay. And real quick before we
Uh-oh.
Sir James is in the chat. What's going on?
There he is.
Good to see you, man. Saying, hey guys, happy new year. This is not fair. I got the thing. Really? It's not fair? Wow, this is absolutely crazy. Okay, so I'm assuming, and that's for the thing. I'm assuming that's for the thing. So we already have a super chat. You gotta love it, man. Thank you
Nice.
so much, man. We appreciate that. Definitely happy new year to
Yeah.
you as well.
Thank you
and
very
look,
much.
let's do this. Let's start. I guess we're gonna before we start with the categories. Let's start off with a super chat clip. Here you
No.
go, Sir James. Thank you so much. Here we go. And let me just say this, Eric. Sometimes when you want to work out, you get laser focused, bro. Like
Lord.
you don't pay attention to nothing else except what you got to do. All right, here we go. Wow. Wow. Did you see that? Yeah,
Wow.
that's all.
He didn't slow down either.
Bro, did you see that? Like he was on a mission, an absolute mission. There was no holding back. That's laser focused, man. Here's something else that gets me laser focused.
Run. All right, let's try it.
There it is. There it is. The look on your face. Oh, heck. There you go. Okay. Let's move on. Sir James, thank you so much, bro. We're starting this thing off in style. He's saying they're both great movies.
Yes.
Okay. So
are.
now I just want to make sure because
Mhm.
we're just starting this thing out. So, Sir James, did you want that to go to the thing as points? So just let me know, and then we'll go on from there. Anyways, that was the look on your face, Eric. That was the best thing. All right, you guys know how we do this thing.
Look,
Dude,
it's like this, dude. It's like this. It's something real serious. That poor little boy got run
Yes.
over by a steamroller, and then
Yes.
we end with Jack. And it's just, I don't
Yeah,
know. I
man.
never know what to expect, dude.
That's the best part about it. That's the absolute best part about it, man. You gotta love it. Do you want to see it again? No, I'm just joking. No,
Nah,
we'll
nah,
see
nah,
if we get
I'm
if we
good.
get some more super chats. We'll
I
do
got
it.
my money's worth,
You
or
got
I
it.
got
You
Sir
got it.
James's money's worth.
Yeah, there you go.
Aw.
Okay, so Sir James is saying we are putting that to the thing. So 20 to the wow. All right.
Wow,
Fair
So
enough.
we're gonna
man.
go
Shit.
category by
It's
category.
over. No.
Not
Well, we never
necessarily.
know. We never know, man. These are both great movies. These are both
Mhm.
great movies.
Uh,
Okay, so we're gonna go category by category. And Julie said, Julie says, "I'm sad. The candy cane has been retired for the Christmas season."
Don't encourage him.
Well, you never know. Anthony in the chat, what's up, brother? Saying, I feel like it's going to be Invasion of the Body Snatchers, even though the thing is amazing. Yeah, it's going to be a good one, man. It's going to be a good one.
Mhm.
So we're going to go category by category. Eric, as always, we're going to start with the poster. The poster. So here's the poster for Invasion of the Body Snatchers from 1978. And then, of course, we've got John Carpenter's The Thing. What do you think, man?
This one for me is easy. I'm going with The Thing. For Body Snatchers, there's too much going on for me. There's too much color. There's too many images kind of all mixed into one. But I love the
Okay.
bottom where it's white with the red font. The
Mhm,
Thing,
mhm.
you don't know what's going on. I love the
Mhm.
font of the movie title. And then just that white shining light out of the guy in his outfit, and
Mhm.
just the blue and the white. It's just an amazing poster. Even if you didn't even know what the movie was about, or if you've never heard of it, that's a poster you would want on your wall. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Right.
it's just that cool.
Right. Agreed. How about you,
Hmm.
Coriander?
Can you put the other one back up?
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it. There you go.
See, I absolutely love this one. I actually want this one. Babe,
Ooh.
take a mental note.
Okay.
I love it all. I love the colors.
Mm-hmm.
I love how it's pretty much telling you, what the hell is coming out of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Right.
You can see that, wow, crazy shit is going to be going down in this movie versus the other one. It just like some dude out where it's really cold with a flashlight in his face. You know what I mean?
dude. Some
So
dude.
I just love that poster.
Whole
So yeah,
flashlight
man.
face.
Yeah, that damn flashlight. Get it out of here. Okay, so you're going with Invasion. Okay.
Yes.
Let me just check in with that's so funny. Let me check in with the chat. Looks like we've got Julie's going with the thing, Brian going with the thing. We've got Wayne going with the thing, Paula going with the thing. And of course, Wayne, of course I have that poster, no doubt, no doubt. Mary's in the chat. What's up, Mary? Good to see you. Saying hey, night, hey, Coriander, hey,
Hello.
Eric, hey, everyone. All right. Ben also going with the thing, and Scott going with the thing. And let me just say this. I honestly feel like both of these posters are great. They're absolutely great. I personally, and with the thing, I think as a kid, it just creeped me out because I had no idea what it was, you know, and obviously the title, it doesn't help you. But it also gives you kind of a sense of just creepiness. You know, I remember when I saw this at the video store, and it just said the thing, and I'm just like, oh crap, you know. And I wasn't thinking about Ben Grimm. Okay. I was thinking this is bad news. And the coloring and everything, it looks great. Now, I think with Invasion of the Body Snatchers, I actually like how it looks. I don't mind that it's kind of busy. It's kind of
Okay.
like you know, it is kind of telling a story like Corey Anderson. I think it looks fantastic. This is definitely, and I don't have this poster, but like she said, this is definitely a poster I would like to have just to show you how,
Yes.
even with films
Me
that
too.
well, yeah,
I want it
even
too.
with
No.
even with films that you love, sometimes you forget how good things like the poster art can be.
Mm.
That being said, I'm giving the point to the thing. Okay.
Oh,
If you look
you
behind me,
wanker.
just listen. There is no lying here. And let me just say this.
That's bullshit.
It's actually kind of close. Let me just be honest.
You're
It's
gonna
kind
pick
of
the
close.
dude with
Well,
the
hold on.
flashlight behind
Yeah,
him.
yeah, because I want to see it.
Oh
Now
man.
listen, shout out
E.
to our good friend, the mayor, the bearded entertainment Eric, who actually did a painting, and it's a wonderful gift. And thank you, babe, for that.
You're
He
welcome.
did a painting of John Carpenter's The Thing, and it looks just like this.
Amazing.
You guys see it in my background every once in a while, not tonight, but anyways. So yeah, I gotta go with The Thing, but it's not as easy of a choice as you think, because I really do dig Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but I gotta be
It's a
real.
way better poster. I'm sorry. It's
I gotta
way
be
better.
Julie knows what's up. She said it's clobbering time. Julie, you know The Thing from Marvel. But Julie is showing the extent of her knowledge. She's got the comic book knowledge. That's awesome. Wow, very cool. She's laughing at Coriander. That's funny. She says, "Now wait a minute. Knight has this poster on his wall, and we thought he wouldn't pick it. There you go. There you go. There you go."
Well, I was hoping.
Well,
You know,
but see,
some dreams could
it
come
was
true.
it was close, man. It was close. Sir James coming in again. $5 super chat saying Drew Struzan hand painted The Thing poster in 48 hours. Yes, that's true, man. He did so many great things.
And didn't he draw the poster, and he didn't even know the plot of the movie?
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. You know, and it's funny because you would think that would be a bad recipe, but I think it actually worked, because with the movie there's so many questions and an air of mystery, and with this poster it's an air of mystery. It's like, what the hell's going on? Like Coriander said, is that a flashlight? Is there a sun inside of this guy's hood? What's going on? And I love it. I love it. I love it. Sir James, thank you so much for the super chat. We really, really appreciate it. Let's do this for you, a quick one, and we'll get Eric to shake his head a few more times, because that's always fun as well. Here we go.
Heavy, heavy, heavy.
There it is. There it is. The look on Eric's face.
Oh my
Lord.
God.
These are the moments I love.
I think that's my favorite one.
Oh man. Yes.
Happy birthday, John Carpenter. Yeah.
Happy birthday to the master himself. Yes, indeed. What's up, man? We got Marty in the house, the
Hey,
Trash
Marty.
Picture
Hello.
Show. What's up, man? Good to see you. Saying, yo, guys, love the thing, but shocking opinion. The Blob remake. I know he's a big fan. Listen, let
That's
me
not
just say
shocking
this.
in my opinion.
Right. Well, yeah, if you know Marty, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Blob is fantastic. I mean, the 80s
Well, you
had
know,
three.
yeah, we
The 80s
should do
had
the blob like versus the stuff.
well,
That's what we should
listen,
do.
listen, we'll talk about that offline, but let me just say this. The 80s had three amazing remakes. The
Mm-hmm.
Thing, The Fly, and The Blob. That's
Yep.
all I got to say. And yeah, The Blob is absolutely amazing. Shout out to Shawnee Smith, who we also love in the Saw franchise. All right.
And The Stand.
And The Stand. There you go. Preach it, bro. Julie says, yeah, I love Marvel. Well, there you go. Very, very cool. All right. Troy saying, I prefer the Body Snatchers poster. Never liked the Thing poster all that
All
much.
right, Troy.
No
All
Right
flashlight
on.
face for
There
you.
you go. There you go. Preach
We're
it.
gonna get that trending.
What?
Flashlight face. Trust me.
Flashlight face, man. You gotta love it. We got Scott Lauderdale's in the chat saying, hey, night, hey, everybody. What's going on?
Hey.
What's going on? Marty always bringing in the good fun facts, saying the Dark Horse comic sequel adaptation had to go back to the old title of The Thing from Another World because Marvel had The Thing as a character with its own spin-off title. There you go.
Ah.
There you go. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff.
Mhm.
Speaking of stuff, Ginger Ninja's a fan of the stuff. There you go. Very cool. All right.
Right?
Next up, Eric, we got to talk about the taglines.
Sure.
The taglines. So, for the tagline for Carpenter's The Thing, the ultimate in alien horror. And the tagline for Invasion is watch out. They get you while you're sleeping. Okay, what do you think, man?
Okay. Well, they're pretty good for what they are, but I gotta go Body Snatchers. As good as The Thing is,
Mhm.
it could be anything, and alien terror. But the way they worded in Body Snatchers, that's scary sounding to me because we all
Right.
gotta sleep.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
That's
So,
right.
Gotta go Body Snatchers, hand down.
Yeah,
All right.
man.
Okay. Coriander, how about you?
I totally agree. Body snatchers all the way. I mean, again, I'm just saying, I love how this dude is like oozing everywhere, and yeah, I
All
want
right.
that poster, babe.
It's a good poster. For me, I think that both of these taglines are pretty much, they're trying to creep you out. They're trying to bring in that ominous vibe. I will say, for The Thing, it's very, very simple. Very, very simple. And when you read it, the ultimate in alien terror, again, it makes more questions because all you see is this dude with, as Coriander says, the flashlight thing going on. And you're like, wait a minute. Well, what does that mean? I have no friggin' clue. And I want to know. That being said, I'm going to give the point to Invasion of the Body Snatchers because I think it's just, watch out. They get you while you're sleeping. And of course, with the title of it, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, I'm thinking, whoa, it's just freaky. It's just freaky. So
Mhm.
I dig it. So I'm going with Body Snatchers as well. All right. Here we go. We're moving, and we're grooving. Let's see, real quick. Sir James coming in, $2 super chat saying, do Steve McQueen the Blob versus 80s Blob. And that's so funny that you say that because we had an idea of doing an original versus a remake. I don't want to say it right now live. And we opted not to do that because we, as always, we want to make the battles really, really good. But that is an interesting idea. Sir James, if you can throw that out to me either in a DM or either in the comment section here. We'll see what we can do. That's a possibility because the Blob is a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? That might work. But thank you so much for the super chat as always, man. We really appreciate it. Definitely helps to support, especially this series, which we're really proud of doing. We're almost at 30 episodes, guys. This is crazy stuff, man.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. Brian going with The Thing. Paula going with Body Snatchers. Mary is saying Body Snatchers, quote, is way more creepy because it makes you afraid to sleep at night.
Mhm.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And Sir James coming in with a $5 super chat, and that's going to
Nice.
Body Snatchers. All right.
Woo.
Yes.
See, that's
Yes.
one thing
The ga-
we always praise for Sir James. He's 100% fair no matter what.
That's right, man. Hey, as our good friend Daniel Craig said, the game is afoot. All right. So we got 5 points to Body Snatchers. And let's see who else. Troy saying Body Snatchers. The Thing tag is quite generic. Let's see. Marty saying also goes without saying, Pimp Tweet Ahoy. Well, thank you so much, man. We appreciate you sharing this out. It definitely helps us out, no doubt. Thank you, man. Scott Lauderdale saying, I haven't watched Body Snatchers in well over 30 years.
Oh,
So my answer
wow.
for everything is going to be The Thing. Well,
You need
Scott,
to check it out again, Scott.
that might be the case. But like with the poster,
It's so
it doesn't
good.
matter. Doesn't matter when last time you saw it. So I think these categories, we always want to make these categories fair
Mhm.
and as unbiased as we can make them. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I'll jump on that though. I said this offline. This is only the second time I've ever seen Body Snatchers, and it's probably been a good decade since I saw it the 1st time. I forgot how good it was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
highly recommend getting on that, Scott.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. It is absolutely a banger. It really, really is. And I think I'm caught up to the chat. I believe so. Scott saying, yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, let's move to our next category. We are going to go to the opening. The opening, Eric. What do you think, man?
Okay. Both really good, both really different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Body Snatchers, and here's why. I like the mystery. Well, it's not really a mystery. We see the flying saucer of the Thing, but the mystery of the dog and everything like that when we meet that group.
Mm-hmm.
I love the subtlety of Body Snatchers. We already see the organisms on the planet. They're floating through space. They land. They get mixed with the rain and they land on the leaves of the flowers.
Right.
That subtlety, something's up, and then you see Brooke Adams pick a flower, and then you see all the children. So that's great foreshadowing when you involve kids in a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
That usually puts it up a notch for me.
Yes.
So, and then again, Robert Duvall playing on the swing set. So
I know he's swinging. It's like, what are you doing, Robert? What are you
He was
doing?
a priest, he was swinging with the kids.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I
guess
had
so.
nuns and stuff like that in my school, teaching, the principal. It was crazy. So,
all right.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Coriander, how about you? Where are you going with for the opening?
The Thing, who wants to see this cute dog getting shot at? So, no, I am going to go with The Thing because it makes me curious as to why are they shooting at this cute damn dog? So, and I'm not saying I don't like the opening to Body Snatchers because it's really good. I love both of these movies. But yeah, I'm gonna go with The Thing.
All right. This is difficult. Okay.
It
Because I
is.
think both openings, and this is also why we like doing this, because there's usually good parallels between our two combatants in this series. So both movies open up with showing you the alien coming to the world, and then the questions arise in different ways. But like you said too, Eric, the questions arise. Coriander, you said the same thing. In one, it's a very slow way that it kind of gets you creeped out. And of course, with The Thing, you've got the action of shooting at this adorable dog, and it's just crazy the parallels between these two. That being said, I think I have to go with The Thing on this, and I think part of the reason why, and it is what it is. First of all, you realize how remote you are when that helicopter is flying. You don't see nothing. You might as well be on another planet, bro. That's how far out you are. And then you see this dog and you're like, okay, what's going on? The first time I saw this movie, I had no idea what the hell was going on. And neither did the research team. So I'm going to edge it out to The Thing just a little bit because of all of those questions that you have. I mean, you have questions with Body Snatchers as well, but with The Thing, it's kind of like, okay, I don't even know. You know, I saw a ship come to the earth. What does that have to do with a dog? Like you had never seen that type of situation. At least I hadn't before I had first seen it. So I'm going with The Thing. Real quick, Paul is saying I haven't seen either movie, but I will go for The Thing. Paula, I highly, and I know all three of us do, highly recommend you see both of these movies. They're fantastic. They're absolutely fantastic. Kenny, what's up, man? Good to see you. Going with The Thing. Brian, going with Body Snatchers. We got Matt in the chat. What's up, man? Saying, what's up, horror fans? What's up, man? Good to see you.
Welcome.
Good to see you, man. Okay, and by the way, if you have not hit the like button, please do. It helps to support not only the channel, but this stream to get it out there and maybe have some other fans of The Thing or of Body Snatchers join us. Okay, next category. You know we have to do it, Eric. It always comes down to this in every single Battle World episode, but we got to talk about the music.
Both really good.
Dun dun.
Both really
Dun
creepy.
dun.
But I'm going
Dun
with
dun.
The Thing. I gotta
Yeah.
go with The Thing. It's real tough, but you know, Coriander just shared a little bit of it, and that's iconic. You know what I mean? There's great music, and then there's iconic music. The Thing.
Yes. All right. How about you, Coriander?
You know, I do enjoy the music in The Thing, but there's a little bit more variety in Body Snatchers, so I'm gonna go that way. Body Snatchers. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now this is a challenging one, man, because these two movies have totally different types of music, right? The Thing obviously is iconic. We know what it is. It's, you know, and I've said it in my videos where I've covered The Thing. I did a video where I did the 10 things you may not know about The Thing. Definitely check that out if you haven't already. This is not Carpenter that did the music though. This is Ennio Morricone. Yeah, this is Ennio Morricone who did the music for things like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, you know, for the Clint Eastwood Dollars trilogy. So that's one thing that a lot of people you know, a lot of people don't know that. So Carpenter did not do the score for this film. He did choose from what Ennio did. You know, he did some different themes and so forth. But I don't know, man. I mean, and I don't know this for sure, but I would almost think Ennio was trying to, you know, obviously put his own twist on a theme for this movie, but also something that is Carpenter-esque. You know, that would not surprise me. But anyways, it sounds like something that Carpenter would do, and that's interesting. The Body Snatchers, like you were saying, Coriander, has a lot of variety, has some really, you know, big orchestra type of music, and also some softer themes, especially the theme between Elizabeth and Matthew. It's great stuff, and especially when things are going on, like they're running. These two were in great shape in 1978. Okay, Donald Sutherland and Brooke Adams were in great shape because they did a lot of running.
They did.
A cool fun fact, and I did this as one of my shorts. And by the way, check those out too, guys. They had a race.
Yes.
I guess Brooke Adams challenged Donald Sutherland to a race, and I guess she beat him in those heels that she was wearing.
In heels and a dress, she still beat him.
Yes.
Nice.
Did you knew that too, Eric?
I did, because like I said, this was only the second time I'd seen this movie, so I wanted to do some research. And dude, that was just a really cool fun fact.
Isn't it though?
In high heels, she kicked his butt.
She did. She did. So it was absolutely crazy. That being said, I'm giving the music to The Thing. I mean, come on.
Oh, jeez.
There has never been any lying here. Never, ever. It's just so iconic, bro. Like, I'm not going to lie, and this might sound really cheesy, okay? There are times, well, Coriander, you know this too. There are times I put this movie on just to have it on, and I'm not even necessarily watching it, but I love hearing the music and kind of the background, the atmosphere and stuff like that. That's how much I love even just the sound of this movie. It's crazy. So yeah, I got to give the music point to John Carpenter's The Thing. All right. Wayne saying The Thing has creepy music. Want to get it on vinyl. Yes. Let's see. Ben saying anytime Carpenter has anything to do with the score, it's a done deal. Yeah, he chose the right stuff from what Ennio did. He really, really did. Let's see. Brian's going with The Thing. Marty's saying that the sci-fi novel writer Peter Watts created a movie adaptation, told The Thing's perspective and how it's disgusted by the human brain, calling it cancer with consciousness. Wow.
Mm.
That'd be
Hey,
interesting to read.
I think I did hear about that. So it was all from the POV of the Thing. Like you really got a sense of the Thing, as a being. Ben saying props to Ennio. Absolutely. No doubt about that. No doubt. And yes, Kenny, he did the music for the Hateful Eight, Quentin Tarantino's movie as
Okay.
well. Yes. Matt's going with The Thing. Kay's going with The Thing. Let's see. Brian's going with The Thing. Wow. All right. Scott Lauderdale's going with The Thing. Troy is also going with The Thing. All right. There you go. Jeez. Very, very crazy. All right. Next up, let's go to our next category. And we got to talk about the story, Eric. The overall story. Now, what do you think and who gets the point?
Both are similar. Both are really good. But I'm going to go with Body Snatchers based on the fact that, they're both trying to take over something.
Mhm.
They're both trying to take over humans. But I just love how they're still in human form. I still love how that they're all emotionless. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's not just they don't turn into just some weird looking being. You know what I mean? You can, fit, air quotes, fit into society once you're assimilated type of thing. So I really like that more. And again, it's more of a scary story to me.
Mhm.
So I'm going with
Okay.
Body Snatchers.
Okay. All right. Coriander, how about you?
I'm going with the Body Snatchers also.
Okay.
And just because it's a great story and it's a love story to boot,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and I'm a sucker for a horror love story. So
Mhm.
yeah, man, The Thing, it's really good and it's really simple. And this one, you don't know how the thing gets to you until, a little bit later in the movie. So
Mhm.
it's like, I don't know, there's just a lot to it and it's put together so well. And yeah, I just love the
Agreed.
story. So
All right. Okay. For me, this is tough, man, because again, they're similar stories, but they're done in two different ways. One is
Mm-hmm.
very, obviously super claustrophobic, and that's where a lot of its strength comes from. The other one isn't, but yet still able to give you that sense of there's nowhere for you to go, which I think is
Mm-hmm.
a testament to Invasion, as well as the thing does being claustrophobic and really keeping you so focused, even though you're in basically one location for most of the movie anyways. Invasion goes the opposite way because you're in the city, where you could go anywhere, but the
Mm-hmm.
point of it is there's nowhere to go. The Thing has such great tension in it. I think that's one of its big strengths in the film, is a testament to all
mhm.
of those actors and to Carpenter. With Invasion, there is that, that more variety. And Coriander, you said it in the sense, to me, I think the thing with Invasion that's really pivotal is the chemistry that the actors have. Not that the Thing doesn't have that, but
Mm-hmm.
it's
Mhm.
different because with the Thing, they're all coworkers. They're
Yeah.
buddies, but they're coworkers. They're at a research station. They're there to do a job. With Invasion of the Body Snatchers, you have these different connections with friends. Obviously with Donald Sutherland being a friend of Leonard Nimoy. You have Jeff Goldblum obviously as a friend, and you can kind of see that camaraderie. But the biggest thing is Matthew and Elizabeth,
Mhm.
because
Mm-hmm.
it's truly a love story between those two trying to fight for survival. And that love is actually a weapon they can use, but also something that makes it terrifying, because in order to assimilate or to fake out the aliens, you
Mm-hmm.
have to be emotionless. You have
Yep.
to let
Yeah.
go of that love. So I say all that to say I got to give this point to Invasion of the Body Snatchers because of the complexity of it. And it was just Donald Sutherland. And look, guys, I love both of these movies. I truly do.
Mhm.
But Donald Sutherland, holy crap, man! I was saying this to
Mhm.
Coriander when we were watching this. He's a great actor. I've
Oh,
loved
yeah.
so
Mhm.
much of his work for the however many years he's been acting, 50 plus years. And he's done a few horror movies. I truly wish he had done more because
Mhm.
Mm.
he's just
Yep.
so good in this. And Brooke Adams as well. She's
Yep.
fantastic. But anyways, I'm ranting because I think the movie's fantastic. Okay, let's go to our next category. Before we do that, let's see. Julie saying, only seen the original Body Snatchers, but I'll pick it for the story. Not a bad thing. That The Thing was a simpler story.
No.
Very true.
Yeah. No.
Very true. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's actually a big strength of it, being so lean and mean. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Plus, you
Ginger
had Kurt
Ninja.
Russell in it, so you can't go wrong, man.
Well, there you go. Ginger Ninja
And Keith
going
David.
with Body Snatchers. Yes, Body Snatchers for the win with the story. Wayne going with Invasion. Brian going with Body Snatchers. Paula going with The Thing. JT, what's up, man? What's going on? Good to see you, man.
Hey, JT.
Saying
Hello.
The Thing, not even close, despite saying that Body Snatchers remake is absolutely excellent. Everyone in the chat has said something like that, but then say, but Body Snatchers is awesome.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's close enough.
They're both awesome.
Super Titters in the chat, The Thing, although both rule. See, I think that
Mhm.
also speaks to the strength of Body Snatchers, because every
Mhm.
time somebody says something that leans towards The Thing, they're like, but you know what? Body Snatchers is awesome too. You know,
Mhm.
it truly is. It truly
Mhm.
is.
It is.
JT saying, hey, Night, Corey and Eric.
Hello.
Mellow Mutant in the chat saying hi night and everyone The Thing, but I
Hey.
like Body Snatchers too. See, this everyone's on the
Mhm.
same page. I love it.
I'm waiting
I
for the
love it.
first, Body Snatchers, but The Thing is good too. I'm waiting for that
Yeah.
first comment. It'll happen.
Hey, I bet you it'll be out there. Julie reminding us Donald Sutherland was awesome in Hunger Games as well. Yes. I agree. Horror Cat in the chat. What's up? The Thing, hands down. All right. Interesting. And of course, Paula, yes, Kiefer is great as well. No doubt. Very talented family. Scott's going with The Thing. Let's see. JT said, it's my favorite film of all time. What you expect? I hear you. It's one of my favorites of all time, too. It really is. Okay, next up, let's go to the director. Now, listen, Eric, when we talk
Mhm.
about directors, it's always an interesting aspect of this series because you have to kind of take into account what the director did. So,
Mhm.
first of all, what are your thoughts? And then who gets the point, man?
We've said plenty on John Carpenter on this channel. I mean, there's not much more I can say. You know what I mean?
That's
He
right.
makes he makes you feel cold in this. He makes you feel claustrophobic.
Mhm.
I don't know the director's name for
Philip
Body Snatcher.
Kaufman.
Okay, he is also doing a lot. Carpenter does a lot with so little.
Mm-hmm.
This other director does a lot with a huge cast and huge sets and everything like that. That being said, to take a line from you, I'm sorry to the birthday boy. I'm going with Body Snatchers, and here's why.
Ooh.
Here's why. Both are really, really good. What I like about what Hoffman does with Body Snatchers, again, he scares you. At least he scares me. I love his use of shadows when everybody's
Yeah.
hiding. Sometimes Donald Sutherland, you only see like a quarter of his face peering out, watching the pod
Yeah.
people or whatever when he's hiding.
I love that. I love that scene.
I love one of my favorite scenes, and it was amazing. I had to rewind it twice because I loved it. It was so good. They're in the main part of town, Main Street, I guess you would say, before Kevin McCarthy shows up and gets hit by the car.
Yes.
That was cool seeing him from the original.
It was from the original.
The director takes the camera and he puts it seems like at waist level, and he moves it around, and it's very blurry, and it just makes you wonder what is looking at Donald Sutherland. You know what I mean? What has that type of vision? And that's just so creative and off-putting that I absolutely loved it. So I'm going with Body Snatchers.
Okay. All right. Coriander, how about you?
I'm going to go with the Body Snatchers also, just because he had so much that he had to work with.
Mhm.
He did it well. I mean, the scene in the factory when they're making those flower pods and
Mm-hmm.
he's trying to go up there and destroy them all. I mean, good God, just everything that this director did in this movie was awesome. I'm not saying that Carpenter wasn't good because he was
Mm-hmm.
too,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
I just mean, you said who was it? Kaufman?
Yep, Philip Kaufman.
Yeah, yeah, I gotta give it to him because wow, this movie's incredible. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Real quick too, in the chat, just to catch up to these guys just a little bit because I know these guys are working hard. Um, Horror Cat saying nothing against body snatchers, but come on, the thing. And Brian coming in saying body snatchers was great, but the thing is great also. There we go. We got one. We got one. Julie saying to Paula, I didn't realize Kiefer was his son. That's so cool. Yes, Kiefer
Yeah.
Sutherland is Donald Sutherland's, and man, they both have had such great careers. It's not even funny. Awesome stuff. And we just watched The Lost Boys on Sunday, which was a great Kiefer movie.
Yep.
A lot of fun. Paula's going with John Carpenter. Mary is going with The Birthday Boy. Troy's going with John Carpenter. Wayne going with John Carpenter. JT as well. And let's see. Matt saying, didn't Stephen King have something similar to Body Snatchers? Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about that. Stephen King. It's funny, too, because there's so many movies that kind of have this template, with different twists and turns and so forth. But absolutely, Stephen King definitely dabbled into a lot of that type of stuff, too. The whole idea of being invaded and being taken over and not even knowing it for a good amount of time. It's such a great story. It really, really is. Brian's going with The Thing. Let's see. Who else? We got Joe in the chat. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well.
Welcome.
Okay. Cool. We got Ben coming in with a super chat, $5 super chat. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate that. Very, very kind of you. Saying y'all should do a battle between Dead and Buried and Messiah of Evil sometime. Now, I love Dead and Buried. And I haven't seen Messiah of Evil in so long. Oh my God, I don't even know how long that's been. That's a pretty good idea, though. Coriander, have you seen Messiah of Evil or Eric?
No, I've
I
never
haven't-
even heard of it.
I haven't
Okay.
seen either. I know the poster for Dead and Buried, but I haven't seen
Yes.
either one of them.
Yeah.
Same.
And ironically enough, and that nurse who was in Dead and Buried with the needle and so forth, she was the lead actress in Prince of Darkness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was her. Yep. Just the difference of red hair or blonde hair. But anyways, Ben, that's a really cool idea. So look, do me a favor and definitely put that in the comment section. We will definitely take a look at it. That's a really good suggestion. That's really out of the box. I dig it. But thank you so much for the super chat as well. We really appreciate it. It really means a lot to us. And yeah, let's do a clip for you. Here we go.
He can't fight me. I'm here.
And there it is. Robert speaking the truth. Real quick, Scott Lauderdale saying Carpenter, he's probably my favorite filmmaker, partially because, like Eric said, he does an amazing job with very little. It's just one of the many things I love about his films. There you go. For me, this is kind of challenging, man, because I think both of these directors did a great job. Obviously, these two films are a bit different, and there's some different things going on. You guys made some really great points, but look, man, there's no lying here. And thank you, Julie, for letting us know we got 37 likes.
Cool.
I gotta go with Carpenter on this one, and the reason I'm gonna go with John Carpenter on this one is partly because of how I felt when I first saw either of these movies. When I saw Invasion of the Body Snatchers, it's definitely got some horrific stuff going on, some creepy stuff. It's well done. It's got a bigger landscape to work within, right? But then on the other side of it, with Carpenter, it was just so claustrophobic, and it was just so, you just felt like you couldn't even move because you're shoulder to shoulder with something, no pun intended, or someone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's fantastic because of how he was able to deliver the tension and paranoia. It was so thick throughout the whole movie that I was creeped out. First time I saw that movie, creeped out right from the beginning all the way to the end, and especially with the ending. So I got to nudge this out to the birthday boy, who I think did a fantastic job. Really, really did, man.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, too, Marty saying Rob Bottin's effects wins out for the Thing over the two for me. Snatchers is better than the Thing. Yes, yes, and it's some really good stuff in both, and we'll probably get to that as well. We will. And you're welcome, Ben. You're welcome, and thank you so much. Okay, and Sir James saying, you guys, Night, you have to get the 4K of Dead and Buried. I agree. Dead and Buried is a good one, and we did talk about, yeah, we talked about that on Slasher Movie Club quite a few months ago now. But definitely check out our Slasher Movie Club playlist because we had a good conversation about Dead and Buried and what we thought of it. Let's see, and I know I'm trying to catch up to the chat. You guys are working hard in here. Wow, very cool, very cool. Okay, next up, Eric, we got to talk about the characters. The characters. Now, we're going to include all of the characters from these two films. So, what are your thoughts as far as which film you'd give the point to for characters?
Now this is the toughest one for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because Donald Sutherland and Brooke Adams, we've already said how great they are together. Leonard Nimoy, of all people, amazing.
Yes.
Jeff
Great
Goldblum,
Leonard Nimoy.
Amazing. But come on, The Thing has my favorite actor, Kurt Russell. It's got Keith David. Those two guys alone are fantastic. But then you throw in Wilford Brimley is really good, and T.K. Carter. I've always loved him. You know what I mean? Growing up, seeing him. So I'm going with The Thing mainly based on my love of Childs and McCready, because McCready's just cool. You know what I mean? He's a man's man. He likes to drink a little too much, get pissed off when he loses a video game type of thing. But then, he takes charge when he has to. And I love Childs because he won't put up with anyone's shit. So I just based on those two, got to give it to The Thing.
All right. Coriander, how about you?
I am going to give it to Invasion. Ooh. Just because, these two trying to survive, I love how they're like, when one of their friends was like, you just got to act emotionless and you can blend in.
Mm-hmm.
And, these guys, they're so good together. Mm-hmm. And the chemistry they had. And I mean, maybe if there was like a Brokeback Mountain with The Thing, maybe I'd be like, there'd be competition there, but it is what it is. So no, I'm going to go with Invasion.
All right. Okay. All right. For me, this is really, really challenging, for a lot of reasons, because I think obviously with The Thing, you just have this much bigger cast that are together the whole time, basically. You know, so take that for what it is. The thing with Invasion is because they're not all together all the time. They've got different pockets of things, just like and shout out to Veronica Cartwright too, man, because she knows how to be in these alien movies and deal with some shit, man, because the following year is an Alien, Ridley Scott's Alien. I mean, that's some really cool stuff. No one says a lot about Veronica Cartwright, but like, for instance, Veronica Cartwright and Jeff Goldblum, when they're in their their bathhouse, that was a really great scene that was going on. And so they were separated from Donald Sutherland and Brooke Adams, and obviously Leonard Nimoy, he was kind of popping in it. The late great Leonard Nimoy, just a big part of my childhood, and he was fantastic in it as well. I mean, think about that. You said Leonard Nimoy, Veronica Cartwright, Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys know we love Goldblum. You got Brooke Adams and the great Donald Sutherland. I mean, I think
And
that there was so much great chemistry
Goldblum
between.
wasn't really a name yet, was he? I don't think he
No,
was. I didn't think so.
no, but he was great.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you could see the Goldblum isms and
Mhm.
everything. It was great stuff, man. And of course, with the Thing, obviously, all of those guys worked so well together. They spent time on the set, weeks on the set, just being together. So that camaraderie that you see, that chemistry that you see in the film is very real. Not only that, but they almost all died going to the set on a bus. They were going up a mountain in this horrible weather, and the bus almost went off the side of the damn mountain. So these actors were really putting in work on the set of the Thing. I could talk about
Mhm.
behind the scenes stuff of the Thing all day long. It's great stuff. And like you said, Keith David, TK, obviously Kurt, Wilfred. I mean, all these guys and everyone else, they were just amazing. So I got to give it to the Thing. And I
Mhm.
think, and it's close. It's closer than some people may think, but
Mhm.
just how the chemistry between these buddies, like, to me, that's really hard to do. Not that having friends and obviously a romance like the one between Matthew and Elizabeth isn't hard to do, because it is. But I'm just saying, man, in this situation where you got a bunch of these guys cooped up together and they have to band together to try to figure this thing out,
Mhm.
they pulled it off effortlessly, it seemed like. And in real life, they put a lot of time into it to make it come off that way. So I got to give the
Yeah,
point
and there's a
to
bunch
the
of
Thing.
characters in the Thing that a lot of people forget to mention, like Richard Mazur's character, the dog lover. And I'm a
Yes.
sucker for poor old Windows. Poor guy's on the edge when we first
Yes.
meet him up until the very end. You know what I mean? So.
Hmm. Yes. Good old Windows, man.
Mhm.
I love that scene when they turn up the volume and blasts his ears like, ah. I love it. All right. Real quick in the chat, just to catch up to these guys. Let's see. Scott's going with the Thing. Paula is going with Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Julie is going with the Thing. Ben saying, I love how often Goldblum was in horror flicks, Invasion, The Fly, The Sentinel. I'm sure there's
Sentinel.
more. Yeah, he was great. He's
I'm
great
trying to
stuff,
find a
man.
way to work the Sentinel into Battle World. That's a good one.
Yeah, I haven't
Racking
seen
my
that one in
brain
a
on that
while
one.
too.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. I want to catch up to these guys. Ben is going with the Thing. Let's see. Oh, jeez. Veronica Cartwright. Ben saying Veronica Cartwright in Alien, one of the best high concept slasher films ever.
Yep.
There you go. There you go. Let's see. And thank you, Julie, reminding people to hit the like button. Hit the like button. We're almost at 50. There we go.
Very
Thank
cool.
you so much.
Nice.
Yeah. And we got Sir James coming in again. $10 super chat. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Let's see. The Thing. That's cheap. And Love Leonard and Sutherland. $5 each. Okay, so he's splitting. Wow.
Fair's
That's
fair.
what I'm talking about. I guess so. So he's splitting it 5 points
Very
a
cool.
piece. I like that though. And if that doesn't say how good these two movies are, I don't know what else will.
Mhm.
I like that. That's cool. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you, man. Let's do it. Let's do this one again so we can get a one of those looks from Eric. Here we go.
You've got nothing at all.
No. I don't think so. No. No. Hey.
There we go. There we go. Yes. Brian is going with the Thing. And yes, thank you guys for thanking Sir James. We really appreciate that. Let's see. Scott saying I reminded people to. Well, thank you so much, Scott. We appreciate all of you guys reminding each other. Thank you. And Julie also thanking Scott. Yep, absolutely. All right, guys. Let's go to our next category. We still got a lot to cover. The scarier threat. The scarier threat. Okay, so let's just take a step back, put ourselves in this situation. Eric, if you were in this situation that they're in for the Thing or for Body Snatchers, which do you think is the scarier threat? And based upon what happens in the movie, what we see in the movie, which of course is
I gotcha.
everything from beginning to end.
Oh, I gotcha. For me, it's easy. Body snatchers.
Okay.
And the reason why is, first off, there's more. You know what I mean? There's not just, as far as we know, there's one thing jumping into, like for the thing. I mean, one thing jumping into one person, jumping into another person. We have in body snatchers 5, 10, 15. By the end of 2 days, you have the whole town basically. You know what I mean? And there's that added thing is you have to sleep. You know what I mean? So I think body snatchers is much more of a threat because it happens so fast as well. The thing takes its time. These pod people don't care. It's boom, 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 boom. Going with body snatchers.
Okay. All right. Coriander, how about you?
I agree that invasion is a way more scary a threat because when those things were landing on Earth, I'm sure they didn't just land in one spot. They probably landed in multiple spots.
Right.
So, come on now. It's pretty easy. And the thing, it would take what? 40, a couple months, where this thing, I mean, you saw it take over a city in like 2 days. So, yeah, man.
Even
Crazy
after the plant was destroyed, they still had truckloads of those pods afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
So
they had plants, producing these things. So, hell yeah.
Yep.
All right. Real quick in the chat, Julie saying the thing is scarier to me, that statistic that Blair said of how quickly it would kill everyone on Earth. There you go. There you go. Horcat saying the thing assimilates pod peeps. Again, the thing. Now here's the thing. Now I want to, no pun intended. Now we're not giving this point based upon which alien we think would win a fight with each other. We're just putting ourselves in the situation of the characters. So in other words, if you're on Antarctica and you go through what you go here, okay, this is how I'm going to give the point. And I think this hopefully will explain this category because we have this category almost every episode. Okay. So I'm a part of the cast of the thing. People are getting assimilated. We can't trust anyone. At the end of the movie, we blow up the whole thing, right? We don't know who's infected. Maybe 1, maybe 2, or maybe neither of us. Okay, because that's obviously ambiguous. I know there's a lot of talk about, if Childs was the thing, if McCready was the thing, and even Carpenter's kind of gone back and forth on it and so forth. But even if they were, the thing's going to get frozen. Who knows? Maybe another 100,000 years like it was before. It may not ever defrost because the world might be gone by then. So, but in Invasion of the Body Snatchers, like you guys said, they're taking over a city in 2 days, and obviously could be in other places too, because they're just floating, on the solar winds, like Leonard Nimoy said, we traveled on the solar winds to your planet. And not only that, but we see them taking the pods on ships and basically going to other places. So to me, is no doubt it's got to be Body Snatchers.
Yeah.
Because again, at the end of that movie, and if you haven't seen it, this is a spoiler. At the end of the movie, everybody, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over. And you have to sleep. You cannot be without sleep. So this one, for me anyways, although obviously the thing is very scary, that whole concept and the situation, but the way we break this category down, to me, it's not even close. So I'm going with Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
You said it perfectly, dude. You said by the end of Body Snatchers, it's over. The thing, open to interpretation. Body Snatchers, that's a definitive ending. You know what I mean? We know what's happening, what's going to happen.
Even if McCready and Childs are both the thing, which is possible, they're going to freeze for God knows how long. Like I said, it could be another 100,000 years. They may never be found, right? So the world can still go on. Body Snatchers, it is not looking good at all. They got game plans, those aliens, and they're gonna enact those game plans. All right. Julie saying good point, Coriander. Yeah, some good points. Good points. Let's see. Wayne saying both are so different for these. The Thing, isolation, you can't escape. Invasion, bigger locations and scale. There you go. Ginger Ninja saying bodies. He's going with Body Snatchers. You gotta sleep sometime.
Yep.
That's right. Horrorcast saying, but all it takes is a drop of fluid to assimilate from the Thing. Well, that's true if it can get off of Antarctica. That's true. If it can get on, it's not in San Francisco. Now, if the Thing was in San Francisco, let's think about this for a second, just for the fun of it. If the Thing had landed in San Francisco or was, let's say, defrosted in San Francisco, this could be a totally different conversation.
Oh God, yeah, because that alien craft was there for how long?
Right.
So the world probably wouldn't even exist, you know.
Yep. Mello saying, well, now I might actually change my answer only because being alone would suck, but knowing my whole family is in a pod is scarier in that situation. There you go. Let's see. Super Tenor
Yeah, and you
saying,
turn right at the end, right, where you keep seeing all these nasty, hairy, dusty looking corpses that you turn into.
I know.
It's
That's the thing that creeps me out too, man.
right.
You just
And at
become
one
like
point,
a husk.
Yeah.
right. And at one point, like you look up in the sky and you see the cloudy murkiness of like dead body ashes, just floating in the air.
I know.
It's nasty.
I know. It is nasty. It really, really is. Okay. Next up, favorite scene. What do you think, Eric?
Okay. I knew this is a category every week, and there's so many great scenes in the Thing. So I've seen that a handful of times. So I'm like, am I going to pick this one? Am I going to pick that one? But then I finished Body Snatchers today, and that's what's getting my point.
Ooh.
My favorite scene, because again, I think Body Snatchers is a scary movie. Like there's horror movies, there are movies that get you tense, and then there's movies that are scary. It's the scene where Donald Sutherland falls asleep in the chair. And it attaches to him, and we're getting all the copies, or however you want to call them, pod people, whatever. Yeah. And it's slow, it's methodical, the use of shadows and everything. And then I think it's Veronica Cartwright who walks in.
Yes.
And she tries to wake him up. It's not working. It's not working. Yeah. And then it's starting to work. But his eyes are fluttering and they're rolling in the back of his head like he's the Undertaker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then suddenly he wakes up. That is a fantastic scene. Body Snatchers.
Yeah, it is, and plus that sound effect that they use for the pod people, that wah 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 wah. It's creepy shit, man. And like even when we were watching it, I seen the Corey, I was like,
that was so good,
so gross. It's just gross, man. But anyways, cool. Coriander, how about you?
Okay, so I think one of my favorite scenes, it's a tragic scene. It's when Sutherland there runs to the boat and leaves this girl behind. And, I just thought, I was thinking, this is so dumb. Why the hell is he doing this? I didn't get the point of him running. It's a ship. If you're going to try to go for it. But he leaves her and he comes back.
But she couldn't walk though. Remember, I think he was scoping it
I know,
out
but
just to see if it was safe.
Still, I would have taken her with me. Okay. I wouldn't have left her. So anyway, and when he got back, spoiler alert, she was sleeping and it was over and he lost her. And it was sad and it was a good scene. It was. And it was like, you dumbass, he was such a dumbass.
Wow. Jeez. Listen, let me just say something. In fairness to Donald Sutherland, and Brooke Adams is a small lady, but I'm sure carrying her is not easy. And he had to run for a while to see, to see what's up, to scope it out. So, yes, he shouldn't have left her.
That's dumb, though. He shouldn't have. He knew how tired she was. And the fact that she was hurt, I mean, come on, man.
But I'll play devil's advocate in that scene. When you're trying to save someone and you have to get from point A to point B, and you know your partner's injured, you have to see what you're walking through to make sure you're not putting them in extra danger. So that's probably what he was thinking.
That had to have been what he was thinking.
Mhm.
I
That's the only
mean,
thing I can
either
think
way,
of.
you're screwed. Honestly.
Well, he didn't know that.
So
He thought they were saved because he was
Mhm.
like, well, we can get on this boat and get out. You know, I think here's the thing, and this is what was so scary about Invasion, is because they honestly believed, or at least hoped, that they could get help from the outside. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? They didn't know how bad it was or might
Right.
have been outside of San Francisco, which we find out that it was, and they didn't
Mhm.
even know it. So when he saw that boat, it was just like it was a lifeline, man, because they had nowhere to go. So I kind of get it that he was hopeful that the boat could, you know, save them. And, you know, again, maybe he wasn't thinking clearly, or maybe he was
Mhm.
just scared that he didn't want to bring her into a dangerous situation, or maybe he was just tired of carrying her. I don't know. But anyways, it was a sad
That's what she
scene,
gets for
man.
beating him in that race. That's what it was.
Exactly. I will say, when I first saw that scene, it ripped me apart because
Same
I
here,
was
dude.
so invested in these two characters. And you really followed her in this movie almost as much as you followed Donald Sutherland.
Her death was so slow because
I
the makeup
know.
effects were slowly working up, and then like
Yeah.
one of you guys said, you know, they just turn into a husk.
Yes.
And it's
So gross,
good
man.
choice. Good choice.
And then all of a sudden her copy pops up and it's like, it's not painless, Matthew. And Brooke Adams was great as the duplicate because she was
Mm-hmm.
so monotone and robotic
Yep.
and alien-like. So, and the look of horror on Donald Sutherland's face really sold it. So anyways,
Yep.
great scene. For me, now, first of all, that's a great scene. There's a couple of great scenes in Invasion. You guys named two of them. And I also really, really love the scene where they're talking with Leonard Nimoy and they're just trying to piece this thing together. And all of the actors, Veronica Cartwright, Jeff Goldblum, Leonard Nimoy, Brooke Adams, and Donald Sutherland, they're
Mhm.
all like back and forth talking, trying to get this thing figured out. And this is before we get the twist on Leonard Nimoy. So he's
Mhm.
just like, you saw a copy? Explain to me how it's just really, really cool. Obviously, with the thing, there's a lot of great scenes as well. And that's who I got to give the point to. Because look, man, when Copper uses the defibrillator
I figured. Yep.
and goes through Norris's body, that freaked me out as a kid so damn bad. And it looked so real.
Mm-hmm.
When his head breaks off, and it's just like, what the hell is going on? It's just such a great scene. Rob Bottin worked on that thing for a long time. They had one shot to get it. Just a lot of great behind the scenes stuff on the practical work, but it's such a great scene. I love it. Of course, it just dovetails right into the blood test scene, which is also fantastic.
Yep.
So there was no doubt. I just have to kind of go with the thing on this because I think they just edge out Invasion just a bit. But Invasion's got multiple great scenes. Seriously. Let's see. Horror Cat going with the blood test scene. Let's see. Julie is also agreeing the blood test scene was awesome. So tense. Matt is talking about the scene where the head is coming off in the thing. That's right. It just stays with you, man.
Mm-hmm.
The blood test thing, Troy's going with that. Scott Lauderdale saying the defibrillator scene, one of the best jump scares ever. Yeah, it's so good. So good. Kay is going with the dog attack in the doghouse scene.
Yeah.
There you go. Shout out to Stan Winston, the late great Stan Winston, because he did that scene with the dogs because Rob Bottin was doing. They needed some help with that, so Stan Winston came in and helped out with that. Obviously, Stan Winston, so many great things he did in his career.
Mm-hmm.
Ginger Ninja saying the dog with the human face scene. I know
What the hell was up with that?
That was
Just
so
out of
creepy,
nowhere. That
man.
was one of those. You know, I like I said, I hadn't seen this movie in probably at least 10 years, and you're paying attention to it more for battle. Where I had no idea what that thing was, just out of nowhere, on screen for maybe 5 seconds, and then that's it. You know what I mean?
That's right. It's true. Let's see. Kay saying I heard Rob Bottin got hospitalized. He did, man. He slept on the set working on the thing for almost a year, and he had a lot of things going on with exhaustion and all of that. I talked about that a lot in my individual videos on the thing. Plus, I did short on the thing. We also did an individual video on Invasion of the Body Snatchers, so definitely check those out if you can. Some great conversations, man. Scott saying the whole scene where it shows the spider-like look of the thing. Yeah, it's a great scene. To this day, it still is like, oh my God, it just looks so good. Practical work, 1982, guys. 1982. And Invasion has some good stuff too for 78. It just shows that it can be done, even if it's an older film, Wayne saying the stream makes me want to get this version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers on physical media. You should. You absolutely should, Wayne. It is fantastic. Okay. Next up, guys, our next category, the favorite imitation scene between when we see when they take the body and they're like, man, we got to put this in the back room. And obviously we see oh my God, I can't remember his name. Holy crap. He gets taken by the thing when Windows comes back into the room and finds him. And then he comes out into the open and, he's got the hands and he's like, it was just, what a great scene. But we're going to go with that scene, and we're going to go with the bathhouse scene when Jeff Goldblum was being imitated.
Ooh. Both good, both creepy. I'm going to go with the thing on this one because
Bennings, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Bennings.
I'm going to go with Bennings because of when Windows brings everybody. I love this when Windows brings everybody back in, you just see the blood everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You don't know what happened, so you got that mystery to it. And then when they catch Bennings outside, and you just see the hands.
Yeah,
those are scary looking hands, and then they toast them. Gotta go with that.
All right. Okay, Coriander, how about you?
I mean, the special effects in both of these movies are like really good. I mean, you get one that's like over the top and it fits this movie, and then you have one that's more realistic, and makes it a little more terrifying. So, I mean, I have to go with Jeff Goldblum's scene because, I mean, he just starts out where he doesn't really have a face, and then his wife goes off, and a few minutes later, he's got more definition. And she takes off again, freaking out. And it doesn't take long before you can see that it's Jeff Goldblum, and he opens his eyes, his nose starts bleeding. And yeah, I'm going to go definitely, Invasion.
Okay. All right. For me, I think that first of all, these are both great scenes where we're seeing the aliens at work. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing what's going on and what they can do, and just how crazy this situation is in both movies. I think that for me, the way that the scenes are crafted, they're done a little bit differently. One is a little bit more of like the mystery, like, wait a minute, what's going on? Oh shit, I'm being imitated. And then of course with the thing, it's much more of like, it just grabs you by the collar. It's like, Bennings, holy crap. And he's trying to run away. And then they circle him. And you could see the look on everyone's face, kind of like, what the fuck is going on with this guy? They didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like Gary, especially. Gary's like, but he's my friend. What happened to him? And McCree was like, it wasn't him. It was one of those things imitating him. And so that whole realization for these guys, these workers, was really huge. So I got to go with the thing on this, because I just think that the way that it was shown and the way that everything kind of came out was, it just, it was a bit more intense, but obviously that particular imitation scene in Invasion was great. It was absolutely great. So, all right. Matt saying, do we truly know that there's only one thing? Well, that's a good point too. I mean, it looks as though all that they found, was that one thing. Now, of course, we're taking this into account without knowledge of the prequel,
right?
That came out in 2011. So the prequel gives you more, backdrop as far as how many things there were when McCready and Copper went to the other research center. You know what I'm saying? But just based off of this movie, we're assuming it's that one thing that they bring back to their camp, and then it obviously, divides and multiplies. So yeah, good question.
Yeah.
The Thing, Benning's hands were gnarly enough, but that scream he let out was just unnerving. Yes. Mello is saying the first time we see Blair as the Thing, he melds his hands into Gary's face. Yeah, that was a crazy scene too.
Yeah,
that was crazy. Scott Royston going with the Thing. Paula is going with the Thing. Let's see who else. Wayne's going with the Thing as well. Horrorcat going with the Thing. All right, very, very cool. Next up, guys, we got to make a choice. We've got Blair or Elizabeth. As characters in this film, they definitely had a lot of weight. And obviously both of them, spoilers, both of them, became victims of these aliens. So Eric, who do you give the point to? Do you give the point to Wilford Brimley or do you give the point to Brooke Adams?
You know what? I'm gonna pull a coriander and I'm gonna go with the love story. I'm gonna go with Elizabeth because I mean Wilford Brimley is amazing in this movie. You know what I mean?
He is.
I just think Elizabeth goes through more, if that makes sense. I mean, granted, Wilfred kind of loses it, and they put him in the little shack or whatever. But
that's right.
First off, she loses her husband or boyfriend. I don't know if they're married or not, but
yeah,
either way,
boyfriend.
She loses that, and then she's got no one to trust but Donald Sutherland, and you think she's going to get away, and she breaks her ankle or twists it or whatever, and it's all for nothing because she gets assimilated. And it's just like I think there's more. Like I'm a sucker for a tragic character. They both are, in their own ways, but I think Elizabeth is more.
Okay, all right. Coriander, how about you?
I agree. I have to go with Elizabeth. Blair was good, but did I feel bad when any of those goons died? No.
Goons.
So,
wow.
I got to go with Elizabeth.
All right. Okay. Real quick in the chat.
Wow.
I tell you, we got SSH in the chat. What's going on, man? Saying love Carpenter's The Thing still looks great to me. It does. It really, really does. And by the way, if you guys have not hit the like button, please do. It would help us out. We'd appreciate it. And Julie, if you could let us know where we're at on likes, that would be great. Kay is going with Elizabeth. Paul is going with Elizabeth. Wayne is going with Blair. He's all about diabetes. All right. Troy. Troy. I barely beat Troy on that. Troy says diabetes for the point. There you go. Scott Lauderdale's going with Blair. Horrorcat's going with Blair. Mary says Elizabeth on this one. And Julie says we're at 43 likes. All right, guys.
Very
44. Nice. Thank you, Horrorcat. Can we get to 50? Can we do that? Both of these characters are great. I think they're both important to the films and they have a lot of weight. That being said, I think it's got to go to Brooke Adams on this. And you guys made great points. I think just following her story in this roller coaster, there's so many things that she goes through, and she truly is, a really, really central character. So her ending is it's so tragic, man, because she got saved. I mean, granted, Donald Sutherland got saved once too when he was on the back patio. But I'm just saying, man, this whole journey of Elizabeth was just so crazy. And you made a good point too, Eric. When she realizes what's going on with her boyfriend, and there's a scene where she goes to see Donald Sutherland, and they just kind of stare at each other for like half a minute. And she just has this look on her face where it's almost like she's sad, she's hurt, but she's also angry and distrustful, whatever. And Donald Sutherland says, Elizabeth, what's wrong with you? And he reaches to touch her, and she kind of like shoves his arm away and eventually hugs him as she sobs. that's a great character, man, and that's fantastic acting. And I think Brooke Adams so underrated, in the movies that she was in. Just a fantastic performance. So I got to go with Elizabeth on this one. All right. And look at that, Julie, you were all right. And let me just also say, big thanks to Julie for helping us out, being a moderator, joining us as a mod. Very, very cool of you to do that, and much appreciated because it helps us out. But she's got the link for our previous Invasion of the Body Snatchers video, and that's an older video. So
it is.
Shout out to you, Julie. First of all, that you found it.
Yeah,
that
she had to go search for it.
She searched for that video. Is easily 2 years old, maybe even 2.25 years old.
Oh, wow.
So Julie, you are all right. Thank you so much. Seriously, we appreciate you being here and just helping us out and just being awesome like you always are. Okay, guys. Next category, the monstrosity. The monstrosity. Now, when we talk about these two movies, obviously we're talking about aliens. The way that they're depicted, obviously the scenes where they were shown. Eric, who gets the point? The Thing or Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
Now, are you talking like final forms, or what do you mean by that?
I'm talking about, okay, that's a good point. I'm talking about the monsters themselves.
Well, you should be talking like
As far as
with
the
Kiefer
effects.
Sutherland, right? When you could see his character actually coming out of the pod and all that
when we're
stuff.
talking about that, or when we're talking about the effects of, the Norris thing, or obviously the Blair thing at the end, Bennings, that type of thing. Just which one would you give the point to?
Ooh, that's tough. I think what I'm gonna go with is I'm just gonna go with The Thing. I mean, this is a coin flip. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go with The Thing based on just how uncomfortable a lot of these, lack of a better term, monstrosities are. They're all different depending on what it absorbs into. The dog was different than the guy with the defibrillator.
Right.
Wilfred Brimley, we didn't see what he looked like. All he did was, grab the one character and kind of meld his hand into the face. So I'm gonna go with the variety, the spider. You know what I mean? The disembodied head with the spider legs. I gotta go. I'm gonna go with that based on creativity and looks.
Okay. All right. How about you, Coriander?
Yeah, when you put it monstrosity, I mean, you have to go with The Thing. I mean, you've seen, like Eric said, the spider with the head, and I mean, that was probably one of the best scenes in the movie. So yeah, you got to give it to The Thing.
All right. And Wayne, we'll catch you later. Thanks for hanging out with us. We really appreciate you being here.
Wayne.
And we've got Paula going with The Thing, Horcat going with The Thing, and well, you're welcome, Julie, but thank you. Seriously, thank you. You guys are congratulating Julie. She's doing an awesome job. And it's needed. We really need that type of thing.
It's tougher than it looks being a moderator. We'll say that.
It is. And it's tough to do a live stream, bro. If you guys knew how many windows I've got open and I'm flipping back and forth and still talking at the same time. So the moderators definitely helps out so much. It really does. I'm trying to keep up with, 30 people and all their comments, plus the things that I want to talk about. So having a moderator really, really makes a big difference. Scott Lauderdale's going with The Thing, SSH going with The Thing, and Scott Royston's going with The Thing. All right. And Mary is going with The Thing. All right. For me, and that scene that you were talking about, Coriander, where we see them duplicating Donald Sutherland and the others, that was a great scene. Because when you see that creature the alien coming out of that pod, that was gross, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, just to think that's
it was almost like watching a birth.
It was. Well, that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
So that was just unbelievable, just watching that. That being said, there has never been any lying on this channel. There is no way that I'm going to go against Rob Bottin and the variety and the monstrous things that he did. Again, not taking away from Invasion, because I think that was great. Maybe if they had more scenes like that, I know that's not what the rhythm of that film was,
Right.
but in the thing, like you said, and like they said in the movie, this thing could have visited a million different worlds and have been a million different beings, right? And to be able to show that on screen, which John Carpenter didn't think that they could do this. He said to Rob Bottin, I don't want to do a man in a suit movie like the original thing was. And of course, back then, that's all they could do, the man in the suit type of thing. So he wanted this to be the shape changer, the shift, the different shapes and forms of different beings. And Rob Bottin had all of these ideas, and he says, well, can you do these? And Rob Bottin said, I don't know, never done it before.
At least he's honest.
Yeah, but see, that's the beauty of back then. You know what I'm saying? It's like blood, sweat, and tears and creativity.
Did Bottin work for Winston?
I don't think he worked for Winston, but he did work under Rick Baker.
Okay, that's who I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because I'm thinking of Werewolf in London, that person, yeah.
Yeah, because Rick Baker had did some work for The Howling, and then he left The Howling to go work with American Werewolf. And so then Rob Bottin took over for The Howling. Okay. So there's a lot of shit, man. One of these days I'll probably have to do a video just on that stuff alone, because there's so many cool, like, behind the scenes stories that have shaped a lot of the great horror, especially from the 80s. So yeah, some good stuff though, man. Seriously. And Scott, thank you also for thanking Julie. We really appreciate the mods, no doubt at all. They do a lot. They truly do. And Mary, you're so sweet. I'm telling you, you guys are all right. And we got Scott coming in, gifting 5 memberships, guys.
Awesome.
Wow. Hey,
Bully 1E.
Yeah, good for you.
Thank you so much, Scott. We really appreciate it. That is so kind of you. We appreciate it. We don't take that for granted. We've got 5 new members for the Nightwatch Zone joining the inner circle when we do exclusive content, live streams, hangouts, all that type of stuff, which we probably will be doing coming up shortly. And also this Sunday, we're going to have another exclusive watch party. We just had ours this Sunday for the Lost Boys, which was fantastic. But it looks like we got Philip. We got Kay back in the fold. We've got Dark Crisis back in the fold. And we've got Coriander as well, and Brian. All right, guys. That's awesome.
Nice. Thank you so much.
That is very cool. Oh my gosh. That is awesome. Thank you so much, Scott. Seriously. He's saying welcome to the new members. So definitely you guys give a shout out to Scott and give him some thanks. It's a really kind thing when people do things like that, gifting memberships, because it really does help to grow. Yeah, and it really helps to grow our community. And we've had so many of you guys, even in this chat right now, that have just recently come to the Nightwatch Zone. And these are the types of things that can happen when you grow a community and have so many cool people that join and just have fun talking movies, man. Very, very cool stuff.
Yeah.
And Ben, thank you so much, man. We're appreciative of this community as well. It's truly like a family, and glad to have you a part of it. And Scott got a kick out of that. Coriander, you're one of them.
Oh,
I love
man.
it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Willy Winnie. That's awesome.
Yeah. And Scott saying you're welcome. Love you guys. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Well, look, let's have another clip here just for the fun of it and get a kick out of Eric's reaction. Let's do this one again because this is a good one. Here we go.
Run. All right, let's try it.
Heavy.
I love it. I love it, man. Hey, look, you gotta admit, man, you don't get this type of stuff anywhere else in the community, do you?
That is 100% true.
I love it. Let me also say this, man. I love talking about movies, and Eric, you know that you've been with us since the beginning. But to get you guys laughing or just having fun, seriously, that's some of the best memories I have of doing this. So it's it's always fun to laugh with you guys. Seriously. So
No. You know, it's kind of like an ongoing joke now, trying to get me to shake my head. But I do look forward to see what you got up your sleeve, dude, every week.
yeah,
It is fun.
I try to mix it up every once in a while. It's fun, man. It really is. We got Mary saying, I have been wanting to gift memberships, just have not known how to do it. If someone could help me, that would be good. Well, Mary, thank you so much for the thought. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
And Julie, if you could write that in the chat. But basically, all you have to do, Mary, is when you hit the $, like if you were going to super chat, it gives you the option to do a super sticker, super chat, membership, and also membership gifting. And you would just click the membership gifting, and then it allows you to gift a membership. You can gift 1, you can get 5, and so forth and so forth. So all you have to do is just hit the $ symbol at the very bottom where you type in, to the chat. But let me know if you find it, because that's one thing we don't think about a lot. I know a lot of times people have said that, and we've tried to give out instructions. YouTube doesn't make it super easy to do these types of things. I will say that. But yeah. But let us know
if you're using your
if you
phone.
figure it out.
It's literally at the bottom right-hand corner. There's like a little dollar bill sign.
Yes, absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Okay, let me just catch up to these guys. Arquette, that's right. Ginger Ninja saying we need a full reaction clip stream from the Night Watch. I know Eric's had some good ones. Scott saying maybe Craven's channel. Yes. And Steven's had some really good ones as well. You guys know we've had
I
so
want
much
to see how
fun.
many times Killian's almost fallen out of the chair.
Yes, absolutely. And Julie putting in the instructions in the live chat. So yeah, that should help out. Scott helping out as well. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate that helping us out. Thank you. Okay, we're almost there, guys. Our next category, of course, we had to do it. RJ McCready versus Matthew Bennell. What do you think, Eric? Who gets the point?
I would say this wasn't fair, but like I said, when I sat and watched Invasion for the first time in forever, it's tougher than you think because they're so different. Because I love how Matthew, again, he, with my intro, he's a health inspector having to deal with this type of stuff. I love his little flirtiness. There's that one scene where he's flirting with Brooke Adams, and she's not really taking him up on it, but she's kind of thinking about it. And then, he becomes the hero.
He does.
But this is McCready. I already said it. It's Kurt Russell, man's man. Again, like I said, I love when he loses chess, he gets pissed off and he drowns the computer, calls it a bitch, and then correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think he's in charge, right?
No, he's not.
Right.
He's just a helicopter pilot.
By the end of it, he's in charge. He takes charge. He depending on the ending, he pretty much, how you interpret it, he pretty much saves the day. And then, if he's human, he's going to have that hero sacrifice because he's not going to make it out. He's going to freeze to death, whether he's assimilated or not.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat Kurt Russell no matter what he does. Going with McCready.
All right. And by the way, Horror Cat Dad, stepping out. Have a good night, man. Take it easy.
Take care,
hope
bud.
you have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us, man.
Yeah, have a good night.
All right. And real quick, let me just catch up to the chat here too. Ben saying McCready is such a badass winner. Well, there you go. There you go. Okay. Coriander, what do you think?
It's tough.
It is tough.
They're both really great characters, man.
They are. And I know all you men are probably going to go with the men's man. But
no, that's not true.
No,
that's
I'm
not
just.
true.
I'm not saying.
No bias.
No, that's a
There's
bad
no
thing,
bias.
Eric. I'm not.
Don't go.
But
that's
I'm
what the
just
series
saying,
is all about. No bias.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think I'm going to go with Matthew because he goes through a lot in this movie. At first, he wasn't really taking her seriously. Like, maybe you should go talk to my friend, and maybe he could like set you straight or something. And at the end, losing her, and then the twist of all, he's right there, you know, when he sees Jeff Goldblum's wife and she's like, Matthew, and
Right.
he just looks at her and does that, and it's like, oh my God, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like with McCready, you don't know, like you said, what happens to him,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, man, I gotta give it to Matthew.
No,
Okay.
Matthew's a great character. Now, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. You know,
Oh,
Kurt
I'm not
Russell's Kurt
saying
Russell,
that.
but yeah,
I
Matthew's a great.
know, and I love
Well,
Kurt Russell,
well, listen, let
but
me just say
yeah.
this. The thing about Matthew, too, that we haven't, well, we'll probably get to that, but you're right. The journey that he has, and even up until the end, it's a different type of gut punch that you get from his reveal versus even Elizabeth's, right? Because it's kind of like, and I said this to you, Coriander, when we were watching it. I seriously, guys, if you haven't seen Invasion of the Body Snatchers, you have got to see this friggin' movie like ASAP. I love the way Donald Sutherland portrayed this guy. He's just a regular guy. Yes, he's a health inspector. He's a fantastic cook. He's very intelligent. And the way that he was figuring things out, I was saying this to Coriander, he is really smart. And he's figuring this stuff out so quickly, but he's still 2 steps behind the aliens.
Yeah.
And that's what was scary. Because he's a smart guy. And he can figure things out, but he was still behind the aliens. But it was a great arc for his character. But listen, man, look, I'm gonna give this to McCready. Come on, guys. Look, there is no doubt. He sits there at the end. He's like, why don't we just sit here for a while and let's see what happens? I was like, what? What? Are you what? As a kid, I couldn't believe that was the end of the movie. Like you said too, Eric, so many great things in this film. And he was just a helicopter pilot who had to just take control of the situation. One thing I really loved too about McCready is that scene when Knowles had cut the rope on him when they were coming back to the center. And look, they were ready to kill him because they thought he was the thing. But he was smart enough and wily enough to use the dynamite, saying, hey, if anyone comes near me, we all gonna blow up. I'm like,
and you believed him.
You totally believed him in that scene where he's basically saying, you know, we're gonna test everyone, we're gonna figure out who's the thing. And Childs and Keith David is great too, man. He's a fantastic actor, and he was like, you know, no, we're not. And when he points that gun at him, you believed that he was going to shoot Childs right then and there, and so did Childs. So I gotta go with McCready on this. There's no doubt at all. Okay, Super Tenor, catch you later. Take it easy, man. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you, and we hope to catch you on our next stream. We're going to be streaming on Friday nights, our new series, trying to come back on Fridays. We haven't done those in so long, but we're here on Friday night, so hopefully see you then. It's going to be a blast this Friday. We're gonna have some good laughs. We really is. We really are. Scott saying that was the suspense part where they were all being tested. Yeah, it was a great scene. It really was. Ben saying horror is not always about the happy ending, right? No. These 2 movies definitely prove that.
Yeah.
Scott Royston going with McCready. Let's see. Darth is going with McCready. All right. And Brian is going with McCready. Matt saying, how could I not go with Matthew? Matthew's got to stick together. Okay, so he's going for Invasion. I love it.
Nice.
Good call. Okay, next up, guys, the finales. The finales of the film. Eric, what do you think, man?
Okay.
Just overall the finale.
I'm going from when they climb down the ladder and they get to the boatyard all the way to the end for Invasion, and then pretty much once they go down to check on Wilford Brimley to the end of the thing. That's where my cutoff points are.
Okay.
Both are great. People might be surprised. I'm going with Body Snatchers. As great as the thing is, and it's good, you know what I mean? And I love that ending. Who's the thing? One, both, none. That's great. But man, that ending to the whole thing from when Brooke Adams dies Two then regenerates. Donald destroying the factory or laboratory, however you want to call it. And it doesn't make a damn bit of difference because you have the trucks,
Right.
you have the boats. Who gives up his position? Brooke Adams double. That's a gut punch.
Right.
That's a gut punch. You know what I mean? And then,
That's right.
if you haven't seen the film, we've already spoiled things before, but you think Sutherland's just trying to coexist. You know what I mean? It's the very next morning. We see Veronica Cartwright, and then boom, he points and screams. She freaks out. The best part of the finale, when the credits roll, complete silence. I love that.
Yeah.
Along with Body Snatchers.
Okay. All right. How about you, Coriander?
I mean, I agree. I have to go with, Body Snatchers. I was completely surprised when he was an alien. I didn't think he was. I thought he was human still.
Yeah, they hit it real well.
They
He
did.
did, man. And yeah, I loved that twist to the end. So that right there sealed the deal for me.
All right. Okay. Mello is saying The Thing's ambiguous ending is terrifying. Yes. Paul is going with The Thing. Scott Lauderdale is saying The Thing. I love the ambiguity of it. And let's see. Wow, 17 degrees here in Virginia. Holy crap. That's cold, man.
Yeah, that's coming
Stay
up to
warm.
us.
Stay warm.
Yeah,
So-
I'm in Illinois, man. We've been in negative for like the past 4 or 5 days.
It's crazy.
Yeah, wind chills
Absolutely
was
crazy.
negative 31 the other day.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy. Troy's going with The Thing for the ending. All right. Now, to me, the finale of both these films, and let me just back up because I agree that the ending of The Thing, there's a lot of stuff going on and it's really, really cool. And of course, we don't know. I still don't know for sure. We were talking about this when we watched it. I have my own theories, but it's still kind of like, well, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Because you just don't know between Childs and McCready. You just don't know. And I think that's fantastic. With Body Snatchers, obviously they're pulling at your emotions so much with the reveal of Elizabeth. But Coriander, you made a great point, man. At the end, with Donald Sutherland, we were watching this with our youngest, and we were, I mean, Coriander, you can add into this, but I was just wondering, was my fooled, you know what I'm saying, while she was watching it, because you see Matthew go back to his office and he's kind of, the way Donald played it was great. This is a credit to Donald Sutherland, by the way. The way he played it was great because he played it like he was trying to quote unquote fit in the way that he was kind of like always a little bit further away from everyone and kind of looking in. He looked into where Elizabeth was. Of course, she had already been duplicated. And, he just had this look on his face, kind of like, maybe he's still trying to fit in. Of course, then when he's walking, in the park, and when Veronica comes up to him, first time I saw this, I was still thinking, okay, maybe there's a chance, she's still alive. That's great. And man, when he does the point, it's still one of the great twists to me, anyways, especially when you're talking about sci-fi horror. That's a great reveal. I got to give it to Invasion of the Body Snatchers on this one because it was just fantastic, man. It was just absolutely fantastic. A big credit to Donald Sutherland and Veronica Cartwright. The look on her face and the way she screams, because she knows it's over.
Yeah.
Between this and Alien, man, she is so good at being scared.
She is. She has such an expressive face, and just the way that she acts is great stuff. I absolutely. And again, even tonight, we're talking about a lot of great things, and that's cool. But even tonight, she deserves even more credit, in my opinion. She's just absolutely fantastic. She really, really is. Okay, real quick, let me catch up with these guys in the chat. Kay is going with The Thing. Let's see. Hey, we got Val in the chat. Thank you so much for coming in, Val. We appreciate that. Seriously. We had Julie helping out with us earlier. Thank you so much, Val, for coming in. And again, if you guys haven't hit the like button, please do. We really, really appreciate it. Ben saying, I love that Carpenter leaves the audience sitting with McCready and Childs. It's not a surprising moment, but more of a despondent, lingering feeling. That's so true. It's such a bummer. It's such a bummer of an ending, you know.
But sometimes those bummer endings are good. You know what I mean? They make the
Oh, yeah.
movie.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. It made the movie great.
Mhm.
Excuse me, but I'm just saying it was just like, wow, that's how
Yeah.
we're ending it. And then, of course, the music comes in and all you see is the fire in the camp. And you know, it's over, man. It's absolutely over. So, all right, guys, let's go. This will be our final category of the night. If you want to do a super chat, this is the time to do it, because after this, we can't use those points. So I want to make sure I put that out there. We've had a couple of times when people have given super chats after we're done, and I've counted up the points. So I want to make
Okay, I think
I got frozen there.
Night froze up a little bit, but what he was trying to say is basically
did.
this is the last category, and pretty much once Night gives his pick, super chats are pretty much cut off.
Yeah.
To be fair for everybody.
There we go. Yeah, to be fair for everyone. Okay, guys. So the final category, as always, we got to make a choice, Eric. So who are we giving the point to?
You know, I've told you offline, man. This is like sometimes my favorite categories because we can show our playing cards. You know what I mean? We can give that extra point. This is
Right.
Excuse the language. This is fucking hard tonight for me. This really is.
It is.
Because again, I've seen the thing so many times. It's really good, but man, I'm gonna go with Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and here's why. Because I don't know what it was. I don't know if because it's been so long, because I actually had to, sit and actually pay attention. I always do for movies, but I had to sit and pay attention for Battle World. There's just something about this movie that just hit me. Like I said, this is a scary movie. If you think about it, this happening in the span of 2 days. I do like the love story, between Sutherland and Brooke Adams. It's just so freaking good. I might change my mind tomorrow. Tonight, I'm going with Body Snatchers.
Well, there you go. I love it. I love it. Okay, Coriander, who are you going to go with?
I mean, I'm going to go with the Body Snatchers also. I really enjoy the thing, but I just love this movie. And it's only like, what, the second time I've watched it, and I'm so disappointed that it's taken me this long to discover this movie, because
Same here.
it's like one of those movies I could watch and watch. So yeah.
Now, let me also say this too. So that time, now of course, and Julie was really helpful earlier putting the link in for our older episode on Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which, by the way, if you guys haven't seen it, please check it out. But when we did that episode, Coriander, that was the first time you had seen it? I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Wow. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. Well, let me just say this. I'm glad that we did that episode. Like
Me
I said,
too.
now it's been like 2 years since we did that episode. I'm glad we did that episode because we had a great conversation. It was a fantastic conversation. You had such great points, and that you finally got to see this film, which I think is a masterpiece. It's so
really
good.
is. Like, I haven't seen any version but this one.
Okay.
And I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's really, really good. And for me too, it's a fun. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. And I watch the thing regularly all the time. I truly, truly do. And it's the type of movie I can watch over and over again. Body Snatchers, I feel like watching that right now. It's just that good. That being said, I'm giving the point to the thing because just for me, my connection to this film, it spans decades. Although I did see Invasion when I was younger, but I think I was in my teens when I first saw this version of Invasion. I think I saw the original first, if I remember correctly, back when I was really young. All that being said, I just think that with the thing is just so many great things, pun intended, about it that they just stick with me. You know what I'm saying? The setting, the tone, the claustrophobia, the special effects, the practical effects, that is just the monstrosity that the thing is. This group of guys that have to band together, Kurt Russell, just so many great things. The tension, the paranoia. It's just it's edging out Body Snatchers for me. But like Eric said, you ask me this tomorrow, maybe I could say Body Snatchers. You know, maybe I could. It's definitely a great film in and of itself. But man, I got to be real. I got to go with the birthday boy. on his birthday, one of my favorite movies of all time. And of course, and if any of you guys have been around long enough, you guys know that The Thing is truly one of my favorite movies ever in any genre, not just horror and not just sci-fi. So okay, I'm going with The Thing. Now real quick, in the chat, while we were doing all of that, let me catch up to these guys. And Val, hey, thank you so much for welcoming Julie, helping us out with doing some modding. It's very, very kind of her to help out. And yeah, definitely some cool stuff. Brian's going with The Thing. Kay's going with The Thing. Scott Lauderdale saying The Thing just never gets old. Never. The Thing wins every time. All right. Mello going down the middle. Body Snatchers does great grand scale dread well. The Thing does isolated terror really well. True enough. True enough. Let's see. Matt's going with The Thing. And we've got Scott talking to Troy. Ben going with The Thing. Let's see. And Ginger Ninja going with The Thing. As much as I love Body Snatchers, I have to give it to The Thing. Carpenter's direction, the music, the cast, the tense paranoia. Not to say Body Snatchers doesn't have that. And again, everyone's having that little extra clause in what they're saying, because again, this is a really good matchup. Let's see. Troy's coming in with a $5 super chat on our last category. Thank you so much for the super chat, Troy. We really appreciate it. Saying best horror film ever, in my opinion, although not my fave, but shout out to the lovely Lauren Hill. I'm all about that thing. All right. So we've got a $5 super chat, and that goes to The Thing. That was good. Let's see. I just want to see if I'm caught up here. And Scott Royston going with The Thing. All right. Very, very cool. So let's do this. We're going to count up these points. We are in the last minute. We're going into overtime here. Eric and Coriander, I'll let you guys do a little bit of a recap, and we'll see who won this.
I'm glad we did this tonight because I think the first time I watched it, Body Snatchers, I think my buddy was over because he's a big Leonard Nimoy fan. He's a big Star Trek guy. And we were more just having fun, drinking beers, not really watching the movie. So when I sat down, and like I said, when I sat down and actually paid attention to it, I couldn't believe how good it was. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of the clips, but I didn't realize how good this movie is from beginning to end. There's a really good love story in it, disgusting, special effects, and just great acting and a great freaking cast. And we've already talked The Thing to death on this channel. You know what I mean? Great cast. Carpenter and Kurt Russell together, they can do no wrong. Even Escape from LA has its fun moments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But those guys are a perfect tag team. Then you throw in Keith David and Ron Boutine effects. You feel cold. This is a movie you want to watch in the wintertime. So both great films in their own right. Glad we did tonight.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, The Thing I've seen a few times. I didn't see it as a kid. I saw it like in my late 20s. And like I said, it's just too bad that I stumbled upon Invasion at this late in my life because, dang, it's going to be like a yearly watch, if not more than that, because it's just that good.
I watched this, streaming Body Snatchers. I'm gonna go out and get Scream Factory, Kino Lorber, because I looked online. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that I like it so much. I want to own it and then learn about how it was made and stuff like that. So it's that good.
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. I totally agree. It's a fantastic film, and I hope that tonight, if nothing else, we put a little light on it. For those who may not be very familiar with it or maybe haven't seen it in a long time, it's a fantastic film. There's no doubt about that. Okay, guys. So we have the tally, and
I think we know the outcome.
Well, listen, man.
Not necessarily.
I know,
No,
man.
I have a
Listen.
feeling.
All right, well,
Maybe
hold on.
it's right.
As everyone starts to leave. Hold on, man. Let me do this. So listen, we have now this is very, very interesting. Let me just say that first of all, because I think that this was very, very close. And yeah, I think there's a little bit of a surprise to it here. Okay. So let's kind of go through this real quick. So we have a panel score that came down to 18 to 27.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, no.
But when we put in the super chats, the score
Oh,
goes
no.
to 37 to a score of 48.
Wow.
The winner of tonight.
Mm.
The birthday boy. Happy
We knew
birthday
it.
to the great
I knew it. My
John
feeling was
Carpenter.
right.
So, guess what, guys? That is very special. This was totally. First of all, we knew that today was Carpenter's birthday. It just worked out as we were planning these episodes to talk about the thing. But there's something else that's actually almost even more special about this, Eric, because this means this is how many wins for a Carpenter film.
I am now changing the score right now. John Carpenter is now 3-1 in night. What happens when we get 3 victories?
That means something's got to happen next week, guys. Hey, Coriander, let me ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
Who's the champ? Who's the champ? Say his name.
What?
Anyways, here he is. There it is. Coriander, please tell me you knew that he was the champ. Come on, man. Work
Well,
with me here.
I wasn't sure. Anyway.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Okay,
listen.
whatever.
Listen, guys. That means that next week we're gonna
do a Michael versus a John Carpenter.
Not only that,
Are you serious?
We're gonna do Carpenter versus Carpenter. One of the biggest debates of all time in horror.
Which one?
Which film is better? Is it The Thing or
What would?
Or is it Halloween? Or is it Halloween 78, man?
What? You're
There we
putting up
go.
The Thing? We're doing The Thing again?
Hey, listen. Let's for you guys in the chat. Let me get to the chat real quick.
What?
Wow. And you guys, Julie saying you guys totally sold me on the Body Snatchers remake. I will watch it ASAP. All right.
Excellent.
Nice.
That's what
All
we
right.
want.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. Ben saying it wasn't a total blowout, but I knew that The Thing would be victorious. There you go.
Yeah, man.
There you go.
Yeah. It was closer than I was
Michael versus
expecting.
Ghost of Mars. It was. It really, really was. All right. And Val reminding people, please go to the homepage, hit the like button for our upcoming streams. We got another stream coming up at the end of the week, and we'd appreciate you guys being there and hope that you can. So thank you so much. All right, guys. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Next week, title match, the most interesting title match we have had yet. Michael has gone through the gauntlet. He's gone through Freddy. He's gone through Jason. Now he has to go through aliens.
Yeah.
Can
Okay,
he do
Halloween
it?
fans, let's see what
We
you got
couldn't
now.
pick a different Carpenter movie?
Well, Coriander. Anyways, for you guys in the chat, we appreciate you guys being with us. Seriously, it really helps us out. Don't forget to the like button. It would help us out. And we will catch you guys later. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Night Watch. Peace out.
Cheers.